Check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. Are you guys able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me now? Somebody let me know in the chat if you're able to hear me now. I think you should be able to hear me now. I know you can hear me because I can hear me. We learn as we go. We learn as we go. And yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I'm a fail forward kind of guy. Figure it out as we go along. So, no worries. Let me open this up again. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it worked out. I'm going to get it worked out. I ain't scared. I'm not scared. All right, here we are. Here we are. We good now. We good now. So that means I got to start everything over again, all of my little spiel. And I will have to, unfortunately, you weren't able to hear the intro music, which was by my boy Joshua Saylor, the mad scientist. In the comment section, there is a link to that music. Damn, I'm sorry, guys. So I'm going to start my spiel all over again for those that didn't get it the first time. You understand? You understand? If you're new to the channel, my name is Ted. I talk bass. This channel is all about tips, tricks, and tutorials for the blue-collar bass player. Mostly tutorials. Okay? Wow. Yeah. Let's just jump off into this whole thing. We're gonna start over. On Monday, I'm gonna share my desktop with you again. I'm gonna share it again. Bam, there it is. Orange juice. He's gonna have to repeat everything he said. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Anyway, so on Monday we talked about basic rhythms. Today we're still in basic rhythms, but we are gonna add the next level, and that is going to be the eighth note. You notice I don't have a bass. I'm not showing anything. I think this is basic stuff. We need to start at the bottom. This is where you get it and build from there. So, as I was trying to say before when the sound wasn't on, we're going to review lesson 1. We're going to talk about eighth notes and eighth rests. We're going to talk about counting rhythms, clapping rhythms. I wrote here writing rhythms. What I really meant, which I should have corrected in the slide, was writing the counts. And also in the description box of this video, there will be a PDF that you can download and practice writing in the counts for yourself. So, meter. We talked about meter on Monday. Meter simply means how beats are organized to form recurring patterns. I also said when the sound was off that the little blue box down there in the corner was because I had intended on putting a video in that box, but in my tech naivete, I didn't realize something, so I'll have to do that for next time, because I know y'all like to see a brother. Groups of beats are organized into what we call measures, or bars, same thing, right? A group of measures is called a phrase. And I will talk about that a little bit later, how it relates to like the language of music, and how language relates to music. Just like phrases we speak, right? Questions and answers and comments and all that good stuff. We talked about time signature on Monday. The time signature simply tells us how many beats are grouped into a measure, okay? We've been dealing with 4/4 time. Common time is what they call this. The top number tells us how many beats there are in a measure. The bottom number, which note value gets the beat. Now, putting it very, very simply, in 4/4 time, no matter what combination of note values that you have in that measure, they should add up to 4 beats or 4 quarter notes. All right. Little review. Whole note. The whole note is played for 4 beats. The whole rest receives 4 beats of silence. I want to talk about this really, really quickly. That on Monday's live stream, there was we didn't talk about pitch. We've just been talking about rhythm. We talked about pitch a little bit towards the end, but when we see this note down here, just for future reference, that note is E. On the bass clef staff, that note is E. It's represented by the lowest string on a 4-string bass, and so you just see it and you know it's an E, right? Always, that's your open E string. Or if you play a 5-string, that is Brooks Smith. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. Let me talk about super chats for just a minute. My private lessons, and I'm not saying this for arrogance sake or anything like that. Private one-on-one lessons are a lot more in depth than a regular like YouTube video or whatever. For the last 5 or 6 years, my lessons have been like $50 an hour. So if you find value in anything here and you want to leave a tip, that would be amazing. I would appreciate it. I would definitely shout you out. Like Brooks Smith is always supporting and it is always appreciated. There's a lot of you that are always on here and I love you guys. Anyway, having said that, I hope that came out right. Having said that, whole note. You'll notice I have down here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the reason I put the ands there is because when you are counting, if you count the ands as well, it will help you from cheating the note, right? What we call cheating the note, playing the note longer or playing the note shorter than its actual value. Okay, same thing for the whole rest. Whole rest gets 4 beats of silence. Okay, receives 4 beats of silence. Pretty self-explanatory there. If we divide the whole note into 2 equal parts, we get half notes. Okay, now just for future reference, the note that's represented here is the note A on the bass clef staff. That note is going to be played physically either with the open string, the open A string, or at the 5th fret of the E string. And the way that I'm calling these out like that, saying, hey, this is played at the open or at the 5th fret of the A string. I think that's one of the things you want to shoot for. You want to just be able to know where that note is. You want to see it on the page, understand that it's an A, understand that they are half notes, and also understand where they are played on the instrument, right? So we're gonna, the half note is played for 2 beats. I see a typo here. The half rest receives 2 beats of silence. 2 beats of silence. That's what I get for trying to watch Rocket Man at 2 o'clock in the morning and put together the slideshow at the same time. All right? I'm born here. Thank you so much. That is a very kind comment. Thank you so much. If we divide the half note into 2 equal parts, we will get, for one half note, we get 2 quarter notes, right? The quarter note, of course, played for 1 beat. We count those 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, the quarter rest gets 1 beat of silence, right? Don't you be ashamed of basic counting and basic rhythms, all right? You see those in professional situations more than you might think, okay? And I'm going to show you some real life examples of music that I have seen over the years on actual gigs that pay real money, or used to. So let's move forward. I don't want to spend too much more time on this. Let's get into eighth notes. And for this, I'm going to turn us around and go into Sibelius. Sibelius. You can see I was working on some stuff here, and now, y'all ready for this? You ready for this? Wait, there it is. Now you can see my face. There were some typos there. There were some there were a couple of typos there, but I did not write any note names on the PowerPoint, so I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Okay, I'll look at it in a second, but yes, I did have a couple of typos. Let's look at the bottom line here. Right here. You guys see that? This is a PDF that I started working on, and I'm going to work on it while I'm on with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. So when we divide, we cut a quarter note into two equal parts, we get 2 eighth notes. Okay? I want to look at first this couple of eighth notes right here. I'm going to do something and take them apart like this. Okay? Because I want to show you sort of the anatomy of an eighth note. Every note has a note head. Whole notes do not have a stem. However, eighth notes, quarter notes, anything besides a whole note has got a stem. When the stem is going down, it'll be down to the left. When it goes up, let's see if I do that correctly, it'll be up to the right. Now, note head, note stem, and this is a flag, right? Now we still have the value, this measure here still adds up to 4 quarter notes, but damn, it's hard to read, right? It isn't hard to read, but it's what's up, Stephen Bird? I love that there's a community of people that I see all the time on these live streams. I like that you're here. I love that you're here. And I also really love the fact that you guys shout each other out and support each other. You connect with each other and all that. It really makes me feel good. And I just want you to know, I didn't cry for real. Anyway, here we go. So notes head, stem, flag, right? Side note on that note happens to be the note D. If we are on the D line, we can have the beam go up or down, right? Anything above that, the beam, not the beam, but the stem will go down. Anything D or below, the stem should go up. But that's a technical thing in Sibelius. We ain't going to worry about it right now. And I just got this version of Sibelius. So anyway, so here are 2 eighth notes that represent one beat. But if they are not together, it makes it a little bit harder on the eyes. Okay? So what we do to remedy that is... Sibelius, don't act a fool on me right now. What we do to remedy that is we find another piece of software. I don't know. Bam. We do that. Now that those 2 flags that we have are now beamed. This guy right here is called a beam, and it makes that a lot easier to look at. But understand, this is still, that's where I'm circling these 2 eighth notes right here. Put them together. That's a lot easier to read. Now, those are 4 eighth notes. They're all beamed together. Still easier to read. It's a everybody good on that so far? So the way we way we count eighth notes. Hang on 1 second, guys. Hang on 1 second. All right. I see Brian Dean is on Facebook. Brian Dean. That's my homie right there. All right. So, if I'm clapping quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, my hand goes down, hand also comes up. When my hand comes up, that's what we call an upbeat, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and pretty basic, right? But I'm not clapping eighth notes right now. I'm clapping quarter notes. If I want to clap eighth notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? The spaces in between those would be 16th notes, and we'll talk about those later. We'll talk about those later. Now, raise your hand if you have your bass with you. Who has your bass with you? Carlo, you are welcome. I'm sorry, guys. The weather is really bad here in New Orleans. I got some. I'm gonna go like the next time I go live. I'm gonna go with the Ethernet hooked up and not internet, so it shouldn't be choppy the next time. But you know, we're just working this out. Brooks has his bass. Stephen Bird has his bass. Carlo has his bass. I'm Born Here has a bass. All right. Cool. So this is what we're going to do. Brethren, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it right here in Sibelius. We've got 4 bars of quarter notes, right? Somebody tell me in the chat, what note is that? Somebody tell me what note. There's the same notes in all of those measures. What's that note? That is the note C. Now, let me tell you something about tab. You see this tab down here? That tab is only there because I know that some people like tab. I absolutely despise tab. I typically don't deal with tab. So we know that note is the note C. Where are we going to play? There's 2 places on the electric bass where we can play that note. Tell me in the chat, where are we going to play that note? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Where are we going to play that C? There's 2 places. There are 2 places on the neck where we can play that C. Did I lose you guys? Are you still with me? I'm getting a lot of drop frames on this end, so I'm not sure what the heck is going on. Orange juice. Incorrect. I'm Born Here. Correct. Correct. Orange juice, you are correct. I'm sorry. The 2 places you can play that C are going to be at the 3rd fret of the A string and the 8th fret of the E string. Okay? So I can't be with you. I'm not with you right now. But I'm pretty sure that all of you guys can play C's in that rhythm. Whoops. I said I wasn't going to talk too much about pitch, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is have you just where you are. Just where you are, I want you to play that rhythm and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself if you play it all correctly. Count yourself in and play through that rhythm. I'm seeing a spinning wheel on my end. Are you guys still experiencing a choppy video? Let me know in the chat if you're still experiencing a choppy video, because I will have to spend the rest of the day trying to figure out how to remedy that before I get before I get the technician to come out and look at this internet situation. The chat's gone quiet, so I'm wondering if we're having technical difficulties. It's what you call failing forward. Let's see. Sort of laggy. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm working on getting the Ethernet hooked up. So I didn't want to be with you guys too long today, anyway. But this is what I want to show you about writing in the counts. In the description box of this video, there's going to be a link. There's links to the Reading Contemporary Rhythms book by Rich Appelman. There's also a link to the Ed Friedland book, and there's a free download from my website called Rhythm Drill Number 1. What I would like for you to do, if you so choose, as practice, is to write in the counts on that. So let me show you what. No, I don't want to show you the actual thing because I want you to do it on your own. Let's get some plain text going here. Sorry guys for the lag. I apologize. So you're just going to take a pencil and paper and write in the counts. So that would be beat 1. There's beat 2, but this is the and of beat 2. So under the second eighth note, I write a plus sign, right? 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. When I say these out loud, I get comfortable with reading and saying these things out loud. When I'm playing the instrument, I'm just replacing my voice with the instrument, right? The rhythm is still the same. So what you're going to do on the rhythm worksheet is you are going to download that, print it out, and write out the counts. And then on top of that, I challenge you to search online and find whatever rhythm drills you could find and just keep practicing. Write the counts in, then try to play those basic rhythms, even if it's one note. Play them on your instrument. So here, beat 1 of measure number 2. I'll write beat 1. The eighth note is the and, what we call the and of beat number 1, because we're at beat 1 there, right? This is beat 2. So we'll write a 2 down there. Y'all just watch, man. Y'all give me about a month. I'm gonna have a little handwriting joint. I'm gonna be writing on the computer and all that stuff, man. I'm step the game up, baby. Step the game up. Watch me. If you guys would, that's okay. I'm gonna just give y'all a challenge. That's gonna be my next goal. I'm gonna set a donation goal once I find out what little pad I need to write actual stuff on the computer. And I know I got a strong community that's gonna help make that happen, and we're gonna all get stronger. So, Pete, here's beat number 3. So what do? We write beat number 3, 8th note there, bam, and of beat 3. The and of beat number 3. We're on beat 3, and that's the and, baby. That's the and. Feel me? What beat is this? Beat number 4. So we write beat number 4 there. Or we write the number 4. You know what it is, guys? Since we've been in this sheltered place, I've developed a very bad habit. And some of y'all know what it is. Come on, son. It's a problem. I'm gonna need you to go to like a. Hi, my name's Ted, and I'm an addict. I'm monsters. Anyway, that was not meant to be insulting for anybody who need that kind of support. I'm being silly. I apologize. Beat number 1, we have the 1, an and of beat number 1. I know y'all got it. I'm just writing it down. Beat number 2, beat number 3. This must be beat number 4. Boom, 4, and the and of 4. Am I wearing sweats? You know, Stephen Bird, I wore sweats for oh man, it's ridiculous. I've started wearing like real pants. Thank you very much. We're at the 4th measure here. Beat 1, the and of beat number 1. K Finn, what up? I'm probably distorting the mic. Too many monsters. Okay, we're at beat number 2 here. We write in the number 2. Beat number 3, the and of 3, and then beat number 4. All right? I cannot tell you how much that this exercise of writing down counts helped me to understand rhythms and how to just kind of recognize rhythms. And what happens is they become just like, any other word on a page, right? If you think back, I'll take Stephen Bird for example, because I talk to Stephen Bird quite a bit. So I'm going to say Stephen Bird, when he's a kid, his folks tell him, they call him Stephen. Every time he hears somebody refer to him, he hears Stephen. And then he goes to school, and then he has to learn how to write Stephen down. Everybody got the fat crayons, and they writing the first letter of their name, and they're like, shit, this is hard, right? And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, I've been hearing that. Oh, it's just an S. Oh, it's just this. It's just that. I mean, hey, look, my government name is not Ted. And I was just I was just dumbstruck when I found out it was actually Theodore. And I was like, really? Ma? Really? But then, I'm a kid. Talk about trying to learn how to write that down. But then you're like, I hear this all the time. So when you hear something, you see 1, 2, and 3, 4. You see that so much, it's just like, holy crap, that's a nothing, right? You just recognize it, you see it, you perform it. Okay, so I know that the video is a little bit laggy, and I certainly apologize. I am working to rectify that. Brooks, do people still call me Bliss? Yes, people still call me Bliss. Yep, people do still call me Bliss. But that's a story for another time. It's a story for another time. I want you guys to download the rhythm worksheet. There's 12 of you on here now. That's enough of you to check your work. So I'm going to also offer that if you want to have me check your work, write in the counts, download the PDF, write in the counts, scan that document, send it to me, and I will check your work for you. Just like a school teacher. I will check your work for you. All right? If there was 100 of y'all on here, I would not, absolutely not offer that. But there's 12 of you. Send in your work, and I'll check it for you. Okay? So, Brooks, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and thank you again for the super chat. Okay, let's open it up for Q&A. I want to keep the sort of instruction part of this short. And the next time we go live, we're gonna bump in some. I do want to get you some more playing time, and I want to play a little bit more with you, but I do realize that there's a lag in the video. I gotta fix that. Okay. So I'm gonna leave it open for about 5 minutes for questions, starting right now. Anybody has any questions, we can go on and put those in the chat box, in the Gone chat box. Oh man, the restream chat box is working. Carlo, when is the next lesson about this topic? The next live about this topic? I'll probably do it on Friday. I do need to get back to some of the other content, song tutorials and stuff like that. But I did definitely want to. I did want to, add in some practical stuff as well. So we'll probably do something again on Friday. Hopefully I can get the whole lag stream, the whole lagging thing fixed, the drop frames and stuff. Go ahead and notate another 4 bars and leave out the number so we can fill them out and send them to you. You gotta download the PDF, Brooks. Come on. There's always that one kid in the class. Today it's Brooks. I'm just playing with you, Brooks. How do you determine let's stay on topic, Mr. Bird. Stay on topic. Do dead notes always count as 16th notes? Absolutely not. No, they don't. That's a great question. That is a great question. No, they don't. How do you determine where to play the note? That is another great question. So let me give you an example. No, I'm not going to give you that example. I will tell you this. C at the 3rd fret of the A string. Let's take C for example. C at the 3rd fret of the A string sounds is the same register as C at the 8th fret of the E string, but they sound different, right? The C at the 3rd fret of the A string sounds a little bit thinner. And that also depends on the instrument. So let me see, guys. I'm really hoping that that the bass sounds okay. I'm super sorry about the technical challenges, but this is life. We have them. This morning there was like 2 feet of water outside when I woke up. It was like Noah's Ark out there. So I can't see the chat at the moment, but answering with this question for K Finn. For instance, on my jazz bass, let's take a song like Sissy Strut. You know, George plays Sissy Strut down here. Me, I play it here. That C and that C. It's a slight difference, but it is a difference. What else might determine where I play that note depends on what else is in the passage, right? There is if I'm playing a line and it means going up higher on the neck, right? It depends on what else is in the passage. That's another thing. Sound and what else is happening in the music will determine where you would play a note. When is the next time you want to try Zune so we can chop it up? I gotta see. I got some things that are starting to heat up here a little bit as far as like recording projects. I'm actually working on a recording project today, and thankfully I'm still doing a fair bit of recording every week. So even though there are no gigs, I'm still able to do that. Super thankful for that. So Brooks said where to download. It's in the description box. However, give me just a second, and I will put the link in the chat. Hang on one second. I just added a new page to the website, which you can access by going to sonofabass.com or going to tedtalksbass.net. So let's see. Bam. Let me know if you guys can see that link. That's not the one I made up. Are you kidding me? So give me a thumbs up if you can access that link. Okay, cool. Orange Juice says yes. Yes, I see it. All right, cool. Cool. So I'm going to continue to work on the technology and continue to try to make this thing a better experience for everybody. I got hella drop frames. So, but look, guys, I appreciate you hanging out, sticking with, and all that good stuff. As always, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email or whatever. Okay? I appreciate your support. I appreciate your time. That was a quick little chat about eighth notes. So we've gone over whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and their corresponding rests. All right? So we'll take it up another level in the next live stream on this here topic. Okay? All right, guys. I will see you next time. As always. Peace. Two fingers. Y'all stay safe, man. Stay safe. Stay sane. Stay healthy. I'll see you next time.